So I did finally get my Christmas decorations up, as you can see. Personally, I've been feeling a little bit bah humbug about Christmas, and I think a lot of it, Christmas has become over commercialized and totally about overconsumption these days, especially with the state of the economy where a lot of people are struggling this year. And for some people, they might even be feeling like they can barely participate. And Christmas is just not meant to feel that way. And so that's the reason for this video. So let me start out by saying that Christmas is not about stuff. Christmas should be a time where we enjoy spending time with our friends and family. And generally speaking, for most people, giving and receiving gifts is part of the tradition. And it's so easy to fall into the trap because we all have cell phones and we are being bombarded day and night with ads telling us what we should be buying. I also would say that a lot of my friends and family have been chronically decluttering their own houses, which means one thing, that they are buying too much stuff, that they have too much stuff already. And this time of year can be a major culprit. So I just kind of wanted to remind you about that as you're giving gifts this holiday season, to focus on one, gifts that people really want to receive, and two, with the state of the economy, to make sure you stay within your budget when you're giving this holiday season. When it comes to actually gifting stuff that is not a consumable, I would recommend requesting a wish list from your friends and family, just so that you make sure that the money that you are spending is going towards something that that person wants, and something that that person can use, so that it does not wind up, cluttering up someone's closet or getting donated, or worse yet, thrown out, because that's just so wasteful. And I also recommend that you keep a wish list so that when your friends and family are asking you for ideas for Christmas, you're not just saying, "Oh, I don't know," and you can't give them any good ideas. Because what happens next is that they just try to guess. And then the next thing you know, you have all this stuff that's just going to contribute to the clutter in your home, and it's not something that that you're going to use, and your friends and family wasted their money on something that you can't use. Usually when you gift a problem to someone like that, they feel bad. They feel bad about donating it or selling it, or doing something with it, so it ends up basically shoved in a drawer, shoved in a closet, and then resurfaces, and it feels bad. I think we can all relate, because I know we have all received gifts like that. I would like to ask you to reflect on how you felt when you received those gifts. And so the goal of this video is to talk about how to avoid this issue, because the vast majority of us do not have extra money to just throw around this year on garbage that's going to end up being spent on gifts that are not wanted. This year especially, we should be doing this all the time, but this year especially, we want our money to be spent in ways that matter. So today I'd like to talk about two things. First, being gifts that people actually want to receive, and two, staying within your budget when giving gifts this holiday season. So let's talk about the first category of gifts that I think make amazing gifts, and that is experiences. And of course, gifting someone trips can be kind of expensive. So if that is out of your budget, I would recommend something more simple, like gift cards to their favorite restaurant, or maybe if they enjoy a certain activity like going to the movies, going bowling, mini golf, whatever it is that they enjoy doing, give them a gift certificate. I really think people are going to appreciate that type of gift, especially this year, because so many people are so tight on money, that people have not been treating themselves to restaurants and to activities like that. So if you give a gift of a gift card that someone can use for a specific purpose, like going out to a restaurant meal, or going out for a fun evening, for some kind of activity, I think people are really going to be so overjoyed to receive something like that this year, because that is going to give them the perfect excuse to spend that money on something that they've been wanting to do, maybe couldn't afford to do, or just couldn't justify spending the money. And it's easy to wind up, if you buy stuff, to get too much clutter, but you cannot have too many experiences. A nice dinner out and a nice or a nice night out doing something fun, you can never have too much of that. um, you could always use a little bit more. So for this reason, I think that makes a wonderful gift idea. And you can get even more bang for your buck if you buy your gift cards from Sam's Club. Costco may also have this option, but at Sam's Club, a lot of the gift cards, for instance, you might spend $75 and get $100 worth of gift cards. So you actually can spend less and gift more by doing that. And even outside of the gift giving, if you are just treating yourself to a dinner out or an activity, you can go buy those gift cards for yourself. And then you kind of lock in that 25% or so discount by getting more money than what you were spending in return for things that you already plan to do. The next category of things that I think make an amazing gift are handmade items, handmade and homemade items. So if you are on a tight budget, this could be as simple as making some cookies or some candy or some fudge and maybe packaging it up really nice. But here's the catch. I know the temptation is to go to the dollar store and buy some cheap little tin or some cheap little platter that's like, well, let's face it, there's no such thing as $1 items anymore, but it's usually under $5 for something like that. Instead of wasting money on poor quality things that are just going to wind up in the landfill, totally wasteful, it's a complete waste of your money. You're going to do cookies, candies, or fudge or something like that. You are still going to need a way to display those to give the gift. But my recommendation would be to go to a secondhand store. I just found two beautiful platters. I went to one Goodwill location and I just saw so many nice platters. I would personally prefer to receive a gift on a beautiful platter like this that I could reuse throughout the year. This one costs over $30 on Etsy and eBay. I bought that for myself. Instead of buying cheap plastics and materials that are just going to wind up in the garbage, these beautiful containers can become part of your gift. This one was actually perfect for Christmas or even year-round, and I bought these for myself. Here's a really cute one, brand new and in the box, even Christmas themed, half off of retail price. And another adorable Christmas platter. And they don't even necessarily need to be Christmas platters. In fact, it might even be better if they really aren't Christmas platters, because if you gift someone some homemade treats for the holidays and they're on a platter that's not necessarily Christmas, they are going to be able to use that all year long, because Christmas really doesn't last that long. It's only a season, it's only about a month out of every year. They're going to be able to get more use out of that during the rest of the year. And making some kind of homemade treat like that to give to your friends and family is going to help you stay in budget. It's something that everyone can enjoy. It's an easy gift to give. It's something everyone likes to receive. And it's also very budget friendly. And honestly, you can take pride in homemaking a beautiful display of holiday goodies to give to your friends. Let's just say that baking's not your forte. Maybe you have other artistic skills, such as crocheting or sewing or pottery or painting or other art skills. You can hand make something to give to someone, and that will be extra special. This beautiful blanket was crocheted by hand by my grandmother, and I still have it and I treasure it a lot. And I'm pretty sure that your friend will value it so much more just because it came from you. And I've received lots of gifts like that over the years. And let me tell you, those are the things that I still have. Those are the things that I treasure the most. And those are my favorite gifts to receive, is something that was handmade for me by the people that I care about in my life. So the third category of gift that I think makes a really good gift is something fun. So that might be a book. I personally like to read and I also like to sew. If your friend has a hobby, such as reading or sewing or crocheting or anything like that, you could always give them either a gift certificate that they could go and purchase some supplies, maybe like a Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabrics, so that they can go and treat themselves to some fun things to do. And some other ideas would be some subscription boxes, such as cooking subscription boxes. There are so many different cooking subscriptions that you can buy these days. There is one international snack box that I thought was just really neat. I forgot the name of it, to be honest, so I'll just put it up here. I saw that and I just thought it was the neatest thing because it's basically each month they will send you like a whole box of a sampling of different types of snacks. Everybody loves snacks from a different country each month. So I just thought it was totally different and unique, and I think most people would really enjoy that, especially right now with all the inflation and people are really struggling even to afford groceries in some cases. Giving a gift like that could help supplement someone's monthly grocery budget because not everyone can afford those monthly boxes. And the fourth category of Christmas gift that I think makes an awesome gift are practical gifts. And so that might be things like cleaning services or basic hygiene items like soaps, lotions, and shampoos, gourmet teas, coffees, and hot cocoa by a more gourmet version. Most people at least drink one of those. So if you choose something simple like that for someone, you can spend a little bit more and buy something very high quality and indulgent that someone is really going to enjoy. And another idea would be car wash or car detailing services. I don't know about you, but it's super convenient and I love having a subscription like that. But it's something that a lot of people have taken out of their monthly budget because things are so tough this year. So something like that would make an amazing gift. So these are just very practical items that most people would just love to have, and a lot of people can't even afford it on a monthly basis anymore. And finally, I wanted to talk about some really budget friendly gifts that you can give someone if you are on a really tight budget this year, but you still want to be in the giving spirit. And of course, other than the homemade cookies and treats for friends and family, because that is a really good low budget gift that you can give even if you are on a really tight budget. Other than that, there are a few more ideas that I have. And the first idea I have is to give the person the gift of your time. So that could be helping them on a project in their home that they've been wanting to do but just haven't done. Maybe decluttering some area of their home or cleaning out the garage, maybe a painting project, lawn maintenance, or babysitting or pet sitting for someone so that they can enjoy a night out. And something like babysitting could really be a win-win situation because most parents right now are struggling, and it's even harder in this type of situation to afford childcare so that parents can go out for a fun night together, for a date night, for instance. And perhaps if you have the budget for it, you could even give them a gift certificate for a dinner out or an activity out together and then offer to babysit the kids of a night or two of free babysitting or several days of babysitting. But something like that will not cost you anything except for your time. Another type of gift that you can give on a very low budget, the gift of a cooked meal. Cook a special meal and deliver it to your friends and family. And as tough as the economy has been and as busy as most families are, I think that would be a gift that would be so well received right now for almost anyone. And the last idea I have is to give the gift of your skills to people. And so that could be a very individual thing. And you might be saying, I don't have any skills, but I don't really think that's true. I'm sure that you have some type of thing that you are good at that you can give to another person. So let's just say you're good at gardening, you have a green thumb. Maybe you can take the time to plant an herb garden for your friend and teach them how to care for it. Or maybe you repair cars. Maybe you're like my husband and you do home remodeling, um, painting projects, all kinds of things that people want to do around their home. If you're handy like that, maybe you can give the gift of your time and your skill to your friends and family this time of year instead of physical gifts. Or maybe you're an accountant and you can prepare taxes. There's so many things, whatever it is, whatever your skill it is, whatever you're good at, give people the gift of your time. And in a lot of cases, I think a lot of people would enjoy receiving gifts like that more than stuff. And most importantly, this holiday season, let's just not forget to be generous. Generous to our friends and family in whatever we choose to give as gifts this year, but generous to people who are less fortunate than us. I think one way that we can really try to embrace the holiday spirit when it feels like it's become all about consumption and it just feels like the essence of Christmas has just been lost. And I feel like in the last few years, uh, that's just the way that I felt. Um, one of the things that I plan to do this year is to donate to some blessing boxes in my area and give to some food pantries this year. Again, even if you can't afford to donate food or items to something like that, you could always offer your time. You could offer to volunteer. All right, you guys. So I hope this has given you some good ideas for gift giving, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Bye.